Britain and its eighth-largest non-EU trading partner, Canada, could soon strike a free trade agreement (FTA) that will eventually go beyond the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement (CETA), a professor of international economic law has claimed. As they began a decisive week of talks in Brussels, the European Union and Britain both said a post-Brexit deal is still some way off. EU national leaders will assess the state of play at a summit next month, with a no-deal scenario still on the cards. Negotiations have stumbled over fisheries, fair competition and settling disputes since earlier this year, but talks descended into fresh chaos at the beginning of September when London proposed draft laws that would undermine last year's withdrawal agreement. Deputy head of the bloc's executive commission, Maros Sefcovic, has said, the UK's positions are far apart from what the EU can accept. We maintain that the bill, if adopted in its current form, would constitute an extremely serious violation of the withdrawal agreement and of international law. As the talks enter their final crucial stage, in a recent report, David Collins, a professor of international economic law at City, University of London, claimed there is another free trade agreement (FTA) Britain should focus on instead. Mr. Collins argued that the progress on the negotiation of a Canada-UK FTA is encouraging. He wrote for Global Vision. The Canadian Minister of International Trade, Mary Ng, announced last week in the Canadian Parliament that her team is working on a transition agreement for UK-Canada trade once the Brexit implementation period ends in the new year. This sentiment has been echoed by the UK Department of International Trade. Since the immediate aim appears to be to achieve continuity for businesses, this suggests that initial arrangements will constitute a rollover of the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement (CETA), which Canada concluded with the EU 4 years ago. However, Mr. Collins noted, there have been more recent indications from Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that an eventual Canada-UK agreement will go beyond CETA, offering greater coverage on a range of matters. He explained, access for services suppliers will be a top priority for the UK in pursuing an FTA with Canada, since this is where the UK's economic strength lies. The UK will accordingly want access to Canada's financial sector, especially the insurance industry. Progress here will not be easy since Canada's financial services market is tightly controlled, but the UK's widely respected regulatory standards in this area could help persuade Canada to open its doors.